Hello, everybody. I hope you guys doing amazing. I am Bibene. I'm a dance artist, choreographer, researcher, and artistic director of my company, Kiandanda Dance Theater, and also artistic director of Mbongi Square Festival. I am from the Republic of Congo, that small country in Central Africa. So today I'm making this video as a part 2 of another video I made, but that video was in French because I come from a French-speaking country. Because this platform, Le Cercle, is not just for French-speaking dance artists, I believe or I thought I'm gonna make this video to bring on some of the ideas that I offered in English this time for my friends or for the dance artists on this platform who speak English, that they may benefit from some of the ideas. And again, this is not a general model, okay? These are just ideas I'm sharing, and this video or these ideas is about how do we find alternative to bring funding or money to meet our production budgets. We know in the art world, funding is always an issue. It's hard sometimes to find just money to meet, to have something to buy costumes, to rent the venue, or the decor, the set, all that comes into your production items. Okay, so how do we produce in environments where there is a scarcity of funding? All right, let me back up a little bit and tell you a little bit about me. I told you I'm from the Republic of Congo, and however, just as many of you, I had a start. My start was on the streets of the Congo, learning how to dance. It started off with traditional dances, and eventually a little bit of hip hop here with all the American influences, Michael Jackson, Bobby Brown back in the day, and later on embracing contemporary dance. I got inspired by those before me or before many of us, pioneers of the contemporary African contemporary dance. You name them, Salia Sanu, Mama Jeme Nakoni, Irenta Sebendo, we have Vincent Montwe, a lot of them, okay, to name a few. So I got inspired by those the pioneers of the African contemporary dance forms, or eventually to get to this place. Today I'm based in San Francisco, the United States, where I have my company and eventually my festival. My start to the international arena started, as many of you did, through the rencontre choreographique that used to be held back in the day. So I believe in English we call it the choreographic encounters, the African choreographic encounters. And back in 2006, I competed in Paris with a company Lisanga, and back then I worked with choreographer Oshi Nzaba. The competition took place in Paris, and the people who were back on that year, some of the panel or the jury were composed by Mama Jermaine Akoni. There was Aminata Traore. She used to be one of the, I believe, the cultural minister in Mali, and also there was Sodiki Kouyaté. He passed away. He was an amazing elder, an amazing actor, of the continent. Sodiki Kouyaté passed away. Bless his soul. So that was my beginnings. So after that, winning the third prize of the choreographic encounters and also the Radio France International Prize, eventually that opened some doors for us to travel the world, and eventually coming back to the Congo, starting the professional career. And eventually later on, when you embrace becoming an artistic director, now you have to own your business. So starting production on my own, being now the artistic director on my own company today, I got to learn about many aspects of productions, and eventually some of those aspects of production came with education. I went all the way to completing my master's degree at St. Mary's College, a master degree in fine arts, eventually dance, and I did all the another certificate in production management. So these are just the tools I acquired so I can actually offer ideas back home to the younger dancers, train them, or just like really contribute to contribute with my knowledge or some just ideas what I know. Okay, so let's come back to the purpose of this video, which is really finding alternative. How do you produce your work, and how do you find the money to bring into your company to meet your production budgets? All right, these are just tips. I believe one of the first things is start with how do you treat your company. You may want to think about treating your dance company as a business. Even if you don't own a dance company, you're a solo artist, a solo dancer, you better treat yourself as a business. So as such, what comes into treating a company as a business? You gotta have a yearly calendar, okay, and also your annual budgets. So now, after you have that, you gotta find all the necessary tips to bring money into your company. We know the general one is writing for grants. If you write for grant to all these organizations that help us financially, then you can carry on with your production. But what if you apply for a grant and then you don't get it? And that starts scratching the head. You don't get the budget, you don't get the money, no budget to be met, excuse me. And then we get stuck in either canceling the production or postponing the productions. What if about we turn into the surrounding? So an idea here is look around yourself. When you are in the process of producing, look where you live. Who are the people around you who can support you? You may start with your neighbors, okay? I know this is not for, I'm saying this is not for everybody, okay? This is doesn't apply for all the dance companies, but I'm just really suggesting that you go out there and you tell the world about what you're doing. So when you're making your shows, do your neighbors know about your work? When you're making your shows, do the businesses around you know about you, about who you are, or the work we do? I know especially who has doing contemporary dance, back home in Africa in certain places, contemporary dance may not be well understood. So it's really up to us to make people come to us, which just means us bringing our works to the people, okay? So you may start really finding the mama on the corner of the streets who is selling donuts, for instance, or who is selling fish. We may go to the marketplace to actually ask people for money. Form your team, dress a little clean, nice shirts, nice shoes, present yourself, write a little project, 1 or 2 pages of your project, not too long, nice pictures, something you can hand over. So you go talk to people who don't know, who have nothing to do with your art. You just go on the streets, on the market, in the marketplace, in the store, on the corner, in the corner store, see the manager, and then your two-page project, the description, and eventually with appealing pictures, you tell them about yourself. You tell them, hey, I live in this neighborhood. I am an artist. I'm doing this project. We don't have money. We would like to do it, but we would like to invite you to come see our support us. And eventually, when you ask people to support you, the money, don't forget about them. All right. So invite them. Ask them the money you want. You tell them, hey, if your budget is $1,000, tell them I would like to meet $1,000 budget. So if you can give me just $2, that may help me. All right, and eventually if you give me those $2, what you get in return, I'm going to invite you and your family, for instance, to my show. You're gonna have prime seats in the show, and also eventually beverages. And I would love to have you be part of my supporters, which means even when I have rehearsals, I'm gonna be inviting you so you can see. I know this may feel a bit strange, but please, there you just go out there, you tell people about the work you do. Ask the mamas in the market. If in the neighborhood or in your city there are some, rich folks, people with some money who have nothing to do with the art at all, try to find your way to go meet them. Ask them, ask people around how you can meet people with money around you. Find an audience, find a way to get an invitation or send an invitation, even if it takes a year or whenever it takes to meet this person. Go meet each person, and as you meeting all these people in your neighborhood, in your town, make a list. Have your list of contacts. You never forget about it, and your goal here is to grow your list. Have the long list of contacts that you be writing people's name and numbers and emails, email addresses or even mailing addresses depending on where you live. But the idea is to keep in touch with every single person who contributes to your project. And eventually you're gonna now go to the stewardship phase. That just means keeping in touch with each person that supports you. Invite them to your rehearsals. When you have a show, always invite them. They may say no, that's fine, okay? Never take no for a no. No just means no right now, alright? So even if the people you go talk to, you go ask money to, they may say no, that's fine, just mean no right now. So this year if they don't come, keep in touch with them. You go back next year because you'll be producing every year. That's what we do as artists. We produce every year. So you want to make sure for anybody that supports you, don't forget about them, please. Don't forget about them. You always gotta keep in touch with them. Always keep them updated about what you do, about your work, no matter what it is. Keep them updated. It may feel very funky, very weird in the beginning, but hey, this is just where you gotta go. Sometime against the wall, so you can find, you can find what you want. You have to keep your art moving, right? So we just have to go through unconventional way of producing. It's okay. So treating your business, your company as a business. Another way is actually what can you do with your dance company members or yourself to actually produce income. All right. I've seen many companies, in the United States, all over the world. When you look at the website, they always have like a store. Okay, there is a store. On that store, they have items, company item, company T-shirt that they sell. Company, they make like mugs with company logos. All kinds of items like hats, they put company logo, or jackets with company logo. That's some of the things you can go to. It's a good direction. Gather items. We have like this, what we call the African fabrics, design something nice, jewelries, all kinds of ideas around items that you can actually sell, for nothing. You can, organize some galas. In those galas, you have tables where you're selling your items all the time. So I have an activity like, I won't call it commerce activity, but it's just something that you have in your store, your financial store, to bring money in, because it's a business. Okay, your dance company is your business. You gotta find your way to bring money in. You gotta find a way to tell to your staff or your board of directors to find anything possible, or find all kinds of ideas to bring money. So as an unconventional way to do it, especially, I'm talking to my experience as, a francophone, someone who comes from a francophone country. These are just some things a lot of us don't do. I just got to do it because I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna rely on anybody to have my art going. I'm not gonna rely to, or the French, the British, whatever art institution to support me so I can do my art. No, I gotta find a way to do my art, and that also comes to really you asking the question, why do you do your art? Why do you have your dance company? And who's your audience? Once you know why you're doing it, you're not gonna be waiting around. You gotta make it happen for yourself. Make it happen for the people in your family have to know what you do. They support you or not. The people in your neighborhood, the people in your city. Make sure that you develop an audience where you live. Okay, and also when you develop the audience where you live, make sure that audience supports you at all time. You always you become the star of your people. Become the star of your people, really. And I think it has helped. I'm speaking from experience. I've seen many companies around here who actually only rely on the fan base. They rely on the supporters to produce, because the grant foundations, the grant organizations, they don't give you money all the time. So fan base, great solid supportive system that brings you money in. Treat your business, your company as a business. Have a little company store where you're selling items, jewelries and t-shirts and jackets and pants. Be creative around what you can offer, and have that on a daily basis. Grow your list of contact and stewardship. Keep in touch with all the people who support you, okay? Because you know what, if you ask somebody's money today and you forget about them, the next time when you need money, you won't go back there. You'll be kind of embarrassed because like, hey, they helped me and then I forgot to say thanks, okay? And when you go see business for in marketplace, for instance, okay, you ask them for money, they give you money. Always tell them, hey, you know what, we always have a logo. We're gonna be having your logo, the logo of your business, on the backside of our programs, and these programs going to be distributed all over the city or all over the neighborhood, and people get to know your business, and it's gonna bring you clients. You're gonna have that, and that's because of us. So just give us a little bit of money, and we're gonna have your logo, and eventually that's gonna allow you to bring a percentage of increase to a little percentage your clientele. That's something you gotta do. Always think about an exchange, okay? Every time we ask for money, every time anybody supports you, think about an exchange. Even if it's not money, it can be in an in-kind form. Someone get out, I don't have money to give you, but I'm selling bread. If you have a production or something, an event, I can give you some bread. I mean, why not? You can feed the people who come see you, or you can go in someone who owns a grocery store, or a bar or something. Ask for drinks, they may give you drinks. Those drinks gonna allow you actually to cut the first of the people come see you, and that's in-kind. It doesn't have to be monetary. It can be in-kind donations they give to you. But no matter what form of the form of support, just don't forget about them. Keep in touch, okay? That's some of the ideas. I think it works fine. Trust me. Imagine you build a contact list of 5,000, 10,000 people, and you are able to keep in touch with those people every year. Even if you get a grant or you don't get a grant, you're always gonna have something in your company's bank accounts for your annual budget. Always gonna have that. If not, but it's never gonna be empty. Try that. All right. I hope it's making clear sense, or it's clear, or making sense what I'm talking. If not, I just shared what I just shared some of the ideas that we can do. So if you live in a French English-speaking country, which is a little different from the francophone country, French-speaking country is a little different, I think, but many of us in art worldwide, we face kind of the same realities. So let's help each other. These are just my little contributions. If you're young, especially for younger dancer, not the veterans. The veterans, they know what I'm talking about. They've been doing it. Oh yeah, here we go. So if you're young in the game, you gotta know that it's gonna require for you to take lots of risk to put yourself out there and keep your art going without necessarily thinking you have to leave Africa to actually make it happen. You can make it happen wherever you are. All right. I think that was a little lengthy conversation here, lengthy talk. Thanks for listening to me. Again, I am Bibene, dancer, choreographer. I love what I do. I'm all over the place in my artistic endeavors. I will see you next time on the next video. Thanks, and you guys have a blessed day or blessed evening. Bye bye.